The time has finally come. I have completed my 90-day experiment with onion juice for hair growth and shedding. Yes, I had made this video before. I made it last year, but this time around I wanted to make some changes, and there are some other factors that contributed to why this is different this time around this year. So if you want to hear all about my experiences, see my results, and just learn if I think it's worth doing, just keep watching. So about 3 months ago, I restarted this experiment because last year when I did this, I just really needed that haircut. It had been almost, at that time, 2.5 years. And my ends were just so bad. I was losing a lot of hair. And even with the onion juice helping, I just felt like I wanted to clip off my ends and see if that was going to help show the true results. On top of that, I was still experiencing a lot of postpartum shedding. I'm very close to being 2 years postpartum, so I feel like this was a really good time to retry this. If you did watch that video a year ago, then you saw that I had really good results after 2 months. I thought my hair looked fuller, it looked thicker, it just looked longer overall, but I just couldn't deal with the excessive shedding back then, so I just decided to stop. Which brings me back to today's video. In 2019, when I made this video, I did the boil method, and the main reason I did the boil method for the onion juice was because I didn't want to smell like onions. I knew that was going to be a little less potent, a little watered down, but I had heard just from watching other YouTubers do this that one doesn't smell as bad. It's not as potent, but it doesn't smell as bad, but still gives good results. So I decided to try that one. This time, this year, I decided to do the blend method, which is literally just taking onion and blending it in a blender and straining it with cheesecloth and using the pure juice, not diluted with water, on your scalp. If you haven't seen that video, I urge you to watch it first so you can see the results from that and then come back to this video. I definitely wasn't going to apply straight up onion juice to my scalp without using something to help with the fragrance. So even with the boil method, I use lavender essential oil. I think that smells the best. I've heard from some people that that's what you should use when you're doing this. But this time around, about 3 months ago, I could not find my lavender essential oil. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So I tried lemongrass first, and yes, it helped mask the smell a little bit, but not really. So I didn't really love that mixture. I did it maybe the first month. The second month, I still forgot to order my lavender essential oils. So actually, I believe somebody left a comment on my video that told me that rosemary and peppermint were really good for it too. So I tried that the second month, and I would say the rosemary alone does not mask the smell very well, but the peppermint definitely does. Plus, I just thought of all the benefits. Rosemary is really good for promoting hair growth. Same with peppermint, but it's also very stimulating. And I just thought to myself, like, why wouldn't I want the extra benefits? Of course, I'm going to use those too. But ultimately, I went back to the lavender because it just smells the best, okay? It just cancels out the onion. I don't want to smell like it. The onion juice blended smells way stronger than the boil method. And I'll go into the pros and cons in just a minute, but I just need to put it out there. It's a stronger, more potent version of the boil method. Another strange thing was that I felt like I had less shedding when I used the lavender essential oil. I will show you the shed bags. I've been keeping them, which felt kind of like a chore, but it's okay. I wanted to do it for you all. I wanted to show you, the differences I was seeing. I felt like with the lavender essential oil, just like the results I was getting from the boil method, it was just a lot less shedding. I don't know what it is about lavender, but that's what happened for me. So before I get into these before and after photos and videos, I just kind of want to go over the pros and cons of the boil method versus the blend method. The pros of the boil method are it doesn't smell as strong, it is a bit easier to do, there's easier cleanup, and in my experience, there's less shedding and faster hair growth. The cons are you have to wait for the juice to cool down after you boil it, so it takes longer, and it also boils out some of the nutrients. The pros I found with the blend method are that it's faster to apply, it's definitely more potent. I think the cons are that it's just way stinkier, the onion lingers on the scalp a little bit longer, And I don't feel like the shedding improved much better than the boil method. So overall, I prefer doing the boil method over the blend method. Even though it took a little bit longer, I just felt like I had faster results with it. So I'm not exactly sure if everybody would have the same results as me. And also I have to factor in that maybe if I had used lavender essential oil the whole time, I would have had better results, but who knows at this point. It's going to be a little difficult to get the feel of which method worked better on my hair because I'm working with 2 different hair lengths. Also, my hair is much healthier this time around. My hair was much longer in the 2019 video. It's much shorter now, and I'm also dealing with a lot of shrinkage because it is healthier. So it's gonna be a little difficult to decipher, but I'll let you be the judge here. Another thing is I wanted to get a hair growth t-shirt, which is what I have on now. You'll see it in the video as well, but I really wanted to be able to measure it this time around. I didn't get to do this last year. I wish I had thought about it before I made the video, but I didn't, so you know, it is what it is. All right, so let's get into these before and afters. So the first thing I wanted to show you was the front view of my hair. You can see my layers are much shorter, and the after shows that my overall length is slightly longer and my layers are grown out a little bit. Then we move on to the back view. This first part is from the first day of this experiment. My hair is still slightly damp, so it looks a bit longer than it is. But as I stretch it out, it looks like it's a little bit below the 6 mark, almost 7. Next, I am 30 days in. My hair is again slightly damp, but when I stretch my hair from around the same area, it looks like it grew about 1 inch, so it went to the number 8. At 60 days in, I'm filming while my hair is slightly damp again, and after pulling my hair down, it appears to land around the same area at the number 8. Finally, at 90 days in, I'd say my hair is about actually 80% dry, so it may appear a little shorter, but also I tried newer hair products that caused a little bit of shrinkage. Anyway, I say all that to say that when I stretch it out this time, my hair actually looks shorter, but after grabbing it from a few different sections, my end result felt about the same. And if we put that all together, I feel like from the back, my hair didn't grow more than about 1 inch, but I think when you look at my front view, my layers look as if they grew at least a couple of inches. Moving on to the shedding bags. These are in columns, so you'll see September, October, and then all of November. The last one I think is December 5th or 6th. Anyway, if you go in columns here, the first month is when I used the lemongrass essential oil. Second month was when I used rosemary and peppermint. And the third month is when I used lavender essential oil. I don't know if you can really tell in this picture, but September was okay as far as the hair loss. It seemed to get worse in October, and then it looks a little bit better in December. I was told to use lavender essential oil initially when I tried this experiment out, but I couldn't find it in the beginning, so I used something else. I used lemongrass, and then I used the rosemary and peppermint essential oil in October, and then when I went back to lavender, I felt like my shedding got better. And maybe you can tell, maybe you can't, but I do notice a difference. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on using onion juice for hair growth. I feel like I just did a year-long experiment, but it was kind of fun, and I do like to research and try things out for myself and take the time to do it. So I was happy to do this for you all and for myself. I think it can improve hair shedding, and will it promote hair growth? From measuring it on this shirt, I don't know if it's any different than your normal hair growth. Maybe a little bit, but not by much. If I'm looking at last year's video, it looked like my hair growth was much longer, but it's really hard for me to tell because I did not have, you know, the hair growth t-shirt. But I remember pulling it down and going, it doesn't look that much longer. Not really. I feel like there are a lot of other methods like DIYs or products that you can buy that will give you the same results or something better. So would I try this again? No. I wouldn't mind trying a pre-made concoction. I think Bell Bar Organics makes a onion and garlic scalp oil. I have to do a little bit more research on it. I think I heard that it might still have that stink, but you don't have to make it. And I love convenience, okay? I also love doing DIYs, but I think this particular DIY was a little bit more work than I wanted to do. So yeah, I wouldn't be doing it again, not in this fashion. Not when I have kids that are too young and need a little bit more of my time. You know, this was a lot. All right, so that completes this video. I'm so happy that I was able to put this out for you, even though it was kind of a pain in the butt. I'd love to hear your comments now, your feedback. Have you tried onion juice for hair growth? Would you try it? Have you had better results than me? Let me know. I also want to say that I'm always looking for new hair growth products. So if you have anything that you want to recommend, let me know down below in the comments. I can start getting those videos together for 2021. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.